meeting today after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly approved a plan to occupy the Gaza Strip.
A source telling a prominent Israeli journalist, quote, Hamas will not release hostages without total surrender. If we do not operate now, the hostages will die of starvation and Gaza will stay under Hamas control. The mandate for a deal was broad, but we did not get agreement, so we will go for occupation. Dov Hikind is the founder of Americans Against Anti-Semitism, and he joins us now. Dov, good morning to you. So right now the IDF controls 75% of the Gaza Strip. Under this new plan that the Prime Minister reportedly approved, they would go for the whole thing.
All right, let's stop it there. First, let's give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. All right, shalom to the believers out there fighting for their faith in these wicked, evil, demonic times where the biblical Edomites would have the biblical Israelites in captivity until our Lord Yahushua, who the world even calls Jesus Christ, will come and destroy our enemies and deliver his elect. Now, I was checking this video out this morning. I seen something like this yesterday, and then it popped up back on my feed today. And it was a precept that came to mind initially when I heard the video, you know. So I want to go to that precept. We're going to finish that video. But basically, the video is about, hold on, give me a second. The video is about, basically, they're going to pretty much occupy all of Gaza. And that's pretty much been the plan from the start, these small hats. All right, and October 7th was an excuse to, go ahead with the military campaign. Because that's how this devil rolls. He sets it up and, for people to so-called attack him. And then he's justified in whatever, whatever outcome, whatever plan he wants to push forth. Usually it's a so-called military campaign against the people that are coming against him. But he set it up from the start. Okay, we'll finish this video, but I want to go to this scripture here because this is what these damn devils do. They covet fields. Okay, meaning lands. All right, this is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. This whole thing with Hamas, the state of Israel. Okay, it's all been a big plot, a big scheme, a bit intricate scheme to occupy lands that are not theirs. Okay, well they're in every place in the world except in the land of Edom, where the Most High gave them that land. They have occupied America, Canada, basically Central South America. They're in Hawaii. They're in China. They're in India. They're in Pakistan. Remember, the British, they occupied India for that was a colony of Britain. Okay, they went around colonizing, all these different nations. They completely took down the North American Indians. They completely took down, Jake, the Israelites. All right, they completely took down the Latin tribes, even though it looks like there's they're in power in certain cases, when really who controls the government is the so-called white man. In particular, the small hat, in particular Amalek, which is one of the tribes of the Dukes of Edom. Okay. Woe to them. Woe means destruction. All right. To them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, because the Lord, he's given them the power. He's given them the fatness of the earth according to the blessing that Esau got. And mind you, that blessing was a consolation prize. This wasn't an eternal blessing, which he's trying to extend his blessing. And Lord's will, let me hold it. We'll get Job 14 and 5. I also want to go to Job 20. So I'll hold that too. Okay. And then we'll hold Job 20. And I want to read some of the comments too. And you know, these devils will infuriate you, but we have a crutch, you can say. All right, we have a sure word of prophecy in which we can lean upon, all right, to get the understanding that, yeah, he is in control, he is doing all this wickedness, but very shortly he will be destroyed. Verse 2, this is the precept that popped into my mind when I was watching this video. And Audacity, because Fox News is part of the same, it's CNN, Fox News, it's the same fucking thing. They're all pro small hats. Okay? Whether you're a Democrat or whether you're a Republican, they're all pro small hats. And they're going to bring individuals on that are pro small hats to manipulate the narrative and to gaslight you into thinking that they're being oppressed while they're doing the oppressing. Ain't that some shit? Micah 2:2, and they covet fields and they take them by violence. This is exactly what they're doing. They pretty much have occupied 80%, 70-80% of Gaza, and now they're about to, basically occupy the rest. Trump, some months back, basically said he sent out like an AI video on his Truth Social of Gaza being this somewhat like a paradise, right off the water, like a tourist attraction with high rises. They want to modernize that whole land, and then they want to take Lebanon, they want to take Syria, they want to take that whole land. They want the whole earth. All right, Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, they can't have enough. Okay. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and they take them away. Well, the whole landmass of North America, okay, was taken by violence, was taken by force from the Edomite, and now they occupy it, and they think that their shit don't stink, and that if they see somebody that doesn't look like them, they need to go back to their country. Well, hold on. You came to this country. You destroyed people. You murdered people. You did everything that you so-called speak out against, that you deem illegal, that you deem wicked. You do it. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Yeah, they'll oppress you and your culture. Okay, your heritage. They'll say that you're a savage. They'll say that the ways that your people practice are off, and you need to act more like me. You need to assimilate into my culture. Okay, let's play this. These damn devils, man.
They would occupy the entire strip, including areas where the hostages are being held, which could put them in danger. So there is a lot to consider here. This plan does need approval of the cabinet. Do you think it will get approved? And if so, is this the right move?
I believe, first of all, good morning and thanks for having me. I believe it will be approved by the cabinet.
And he's probably a small hat.
Israel really has absolutely no choice. There was a deal on the table. Israel was prepared to make concessions to get back some of the hostages. And Hamas, with the support that it is getting from radicals all over the world, they believe they're winning. They believe that their plan, what they are demanding that they be able to keep their weapons and that they continue to control Gaza into the future. That's impossible. That can never happen. The leaders of Hamas just a couple of days ago said, applauded what happened on October 7th.
The whole world is seeing the hypocritical nature of the small hat. Okay, the hypocritical nature of the Edomite. Even a lot of Edomites are against Edomites. Though Satan be divided against Satan, his kingdom cannot stand. Okay, they're seeing the whole the hypocritical nature of the Edomite. And the cool thing about it is we're in a digital age where everything is being recorded. Okay, before the internet, and really before the internet became popular, they were able to spin and control the narrative because they controlled all forms of media. But now everybody has, a camera phone. Everybody can take videos. You have people that can voice their opinions now. And this is why they try to suppress, the freedom of free speech.
and said, we will do it again and again. And we can believe Hamas when they say that. So Israel really has no choice. I wish they would just...
And if you go into the history, the state of Israel actually funded Hamas. The Israeli intelligence, they created that. They fund so-called terrorist organizations because this gives them excuse to move forward with their plans. They have to make it seem like, you know, they're being attacked when they're actually doing the attacking. All right, this is some high level witchcraft, you know, from Esau Edom, but this witchcraft is being uncovered. All right, you're being exposed, shameful spewing on your glory.
Finish the job that they started a long time ago. Do whatever they can to bring the hostages home, and most important is to destroy this Nazi organization Hamas. Remove them from power in Gaza, and that is the only solution. Hamas thinks they're winning. They're running the show. You know, they want Israel to release hundreds of terrorists who have murdered hundreds of Israelis, and so on and so forth. So Israel, tough, difficult, but Israel has no choice but to finish the job in Gaza.
The move for a full military occupation was reportedly made without the input of the Israeli military chief. The IDF has previously also been against a full occupation because of fear, to Carly's point earlier, that hostages would be killed. Does any of that give you pause, Dov?
Look, of course we are concerned. There's no question about that. But the Prime Minister of Israel represents the country and the future of the country. Look, I would not want to be in the shoes of the Prime Minister of Israel and the choices that he needs to make.
Look. And you see how, 666 days. See that? 666 days. They come in that spirit, man. You know, this is Satan got his hands all over this. These are the children of Satan. And this dude's a small hat, man. And they control the narrative, so they can put anybody on there that's pro what they're doing. They're not going to put individuals on there that are against what they're doing. And if they do, it's to demonize them. Okay?
Of the people of Israel. We don't want to see what happened on October 7th happen again. And if Hamas remains in power, and that's what will happen if we follow the French and the English and the rest of the world who are talking about ceasefire. What does ceasefire mean? It means victory for Hamas, and that cannot happen.
Yeah, blood. Let me get that. Blood is nothing. Is nothing. Just so I forget where that scripture is at. Give me a second. It's like blood is as nothing or something like that. Blood is as nothing. Let me see. They love blood. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it's at. Yeah. There we go. So it's gonna be Sirach 8. And we can also get Proverbs 2, the 4th chapter, Sirach 8. These people, they love blood. Sirach 8. All right. So let's see. Yep, there we go. Let me start at 15. Sirach 8 and 50. Travel not by the way with a bold fellow. Esau's a very bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee. For he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly. Yeah, I know a nigga like that too. He was in the camp. All right. Very bold fellow. Verse 16. Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place. For blood is as nothing in his sight. This is Esau. Okay. He loves blood. This is why he wants you Israelites to so-called be militarized. He loves that. He loves when you portray an image of violence. Like the IUIC, they did a country thing where they hung a Edomite. You know, like reverse slavery type shit. Which, yes, slavery is going to happen, you know, when Yahushua comes back. But that's not the image that we should be pushing, because that will be used as an excuse to come down upon us. Could just say they set up an Israelite group to actually do that. Oh, Esau, he gonna have a field day because he loves blood. For blood is as nothing in his sight. And where there is no help, he will overthrow thee. And see, we're gonna have help. And if we didn't have help, he will completely have a dominance over us. I mean, just think what he did. Just picture what he did in slavery, and that doesn't come up. He doesn't want that to be in the forefront of any conversation. He gets mad when you Jakes talk about slavery. Okay, this is why he pumps so much money into you being a degenerate. So that's kind of like a soft excuse for, hey, these people are animals. They need chains on them. Look what happens when there's no chains on them. They kill each other, and they have blood against us. They want to kill us, the innocent white people. Let me get Proverbs 4. Proverbs 4 and 16. It says, for they sleep. Let me read actually 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. Yeah, we're supposed to be completely separate from Esau and his degenerate ways. But Jake follows after the way of Esau. You know, that bang bang shoot 'em up spirit. You know, rolling up on your ops. That's what Esau do. And he does it the right way. Okay? This nigga will bomb a whole country. He'll drop a nuclear bomb on you. He'll send out smallpox blink. Jake don't do that. Now Jake do get wicked. Don't get it twisted. Verse 16, for they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. So they can't sleep unless, you know, they're putting somebody to death. They're oppressing somebody. This is the spirit. And you got niggas, you got Jake that wants to save this damn devil. They're in a demented, degenerate state of mind where they love oppression. They love their oppressor. They love their father, the devil. Okay, well, this is just how it is. It's just, you be like, sometimes you're just like amazed, but that's the power of the Lord, man. The Lord, he has blinded the minds of them that believe not. Okay, for they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. And this is all that they do, and they justify it. See, Esau, he'll put on a suit, you know, slick his hair back, put on a suit. And he got billions of dollars. He's the image of wealth, and people respect the rich man. And then he has all these so-called great inventions. And he got the internet, and he got cell phones, and he got fighter jets, and you can get on a plane and go to Hawaii if you want. He gives you liberty to make money. You know, you can go into his full system. Okay. So people get deceived because he does give you, you know, somewhat benefits. But those are all tactics to reel you in. He doesn't just fully oppress you all the time. He'll give let me get Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, because he transgresseth by wine, by philosophy. This is how he gets you. He wants to get you in your mind. It's all to augment your reality. Is to make you think that the old way, that, you know, the like in particular Jake, the Bible don't matter. The laws are done away with. Would he, a Christian nation, wouldn't he say, yeah, we need to keep the laws? But at the same time, he allows you to do everything against the law, and he incentivizes you to be a demon. Look at all these jakes that are in the forefront of so-called leadership within the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American community. They're all degenerates. They got tattoos all over their body, tattoos all over their face. That's the new thing. Piercings all over their body. Okay. The women are complete whores. The men go both ways. All right. They have trans kids. All right, they're part of secret societies in which they do things that you shouldn't even speak about. But those are the forefront of the culture. They pretty much give you culture, which is a degenerate culture. And since Jake, we are not compatible with it. Jake bugs the fuck out. All right, they bug the fuck out, man. You ain't supposed to be doing that. Because our people, we have a conscience. Esau doesn't have a conscience. He doesn't say, "Oh, this is wrong." He doesn't. That's not inside him. Okay, two manner of people will be separated from the bowels. Okay, Rebecca. Okay. Habakkuk 2:4. It says, "Behold, his soul, okay, his spirit, which is lifted up," yeah, because he's proud. He's a proud man. Is not upright in him. Right? Jacob was a upright man. He was plain. The spirit of Jake is really to do good. It's not to do bad. All right. But Proverbs 12:26, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. Jake is easily seduced. Jake is also likened unto a sheep, which is very gullible, very simple. Okay, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, the just, the elect, are going to live by faith. Okay, and that's the foundation of our doctrine, is through faith. And they're mad that this is what we believe. They're mad that we believe that we're the Israelites through faith, and that they're the Edomites through faith, because they spent, all type of resources, trillions of dollars really, to hide the fact that they're the Edomites and hide the fact that we're the Israelites. And they have deceived a lot of our people, which was all prophetic that would happen. But it was also prophetic that there will be a great awakening in these last days, that would no longer stay or rely upon him that smote them. Okay, but would rely or stay upon the Holy One of Yasha'Allah, Yahweh Shemal Shah. That's where this is where we give our petition to. We don't get picket signs and we go to your state legislator, okay, your federal building. We don't write Congress. We don't petition the government. We don't protest to say treat us better. Okay, we petition Yahweh Shemal Shai. Okay, our power. Okay, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. See, yeah, he'll take you out with the sword, absolutely. But how does he truly oppress you and get you? He uses philosophy. Okay, he uses witchcraft to make you believe that this is freedom, that the life that you're living is freedom. Bills, worrying about bills all the goddamn time. You inspiring to be a doctor or a lawyer, go to college. He's put the spirit on these women to be just completely whore, just whatever these women are completely out of order, man. Dealing with it's like damn near impossible to deal with any of these women. Now there's a few sisters out there, shalom to you sisters. All right, you sisters, the sisters that's trying. I don't give a lot of shaloms too much, but shalom to them sisters that's trying. But for the rest of these hoes, man, the Most High gonna take out. Okay, and these jakes too, these men, they're caught up in the poison. They're caught up in the poison of Esau's philosophy. Well, let me get because it says he transgressed by wine, right? I believe is that Isaiah 29. It talks about, I believe it's 29. It could be another. No, right there, 29:9. Bear with me, just drinking some rosemary tea. Rosemary tea is a circulatory stimulant, or also they call it a cerebral stimulant. It's going to help bring more blood flow to the brain. So it's a tonic, a daily, a daily substance that you can take daily to support your memory. And it also has different benefits as far as digestion, helps stimulate digestion. But one of the main tonics to, especially in North America, for memory. So drink your rosemary tea daily. Okay, you can buy it at the grocery store fresh, steep it, just type in how to make rosemary tea and start drinking it daily. Verse 29, Isaiah 29 and 9, stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Yeah, because wine and strong drink, they impair your judgment. But also wine and strong drink is also compared to philosophy and doctrine. Okay, alternative way of thinking, because it makes you spiritually drunken. It makes you spiritually stagger. Like you calling yourself an African American, you are spiritually drunk. You saying that the so-called white man is not the Edomite or he can be saved, you're spiritually drunk. You're saying that God doesn't exist, you're spiritually drunk, you're staggering. And so many other alternative ways of thinking that Jake has adopted through being in this captivity. For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers and the seers has he covered. So yeah, here it is. You're going to the prophet, the preacher, the pastor for your spiritual guidance, because we are a spiritual people. All right, and they're blinded. If the blind lead the blind, both of them shall fall into a ditch. So this is, they like, because Jake likes smooth word. Jake likes to be told, good news. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like to be told good news? But see, Jake can't differentiate. Okay, even though the news might be hard to swallow, that is the right medicine for you. You should be changing your ways. These churches, they'll say, "Hey, you're doing good. God, God loves you." Okay, it don't matter. Come as you are. All right, when that's far from the truth. All right, and then Jake goes to different spiritual leaders. They'll go to tarot card readers, witches, shamans. Okay, to try to get spiritual enlightenment. All right, and what does that do? It bugs them out even more. But that's the spirit of deep sleep that the Most High has put upon them. I'm back in Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. Right, that wine is the philosophy. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Look, so he way out there. With 1948, he went over there and occupied that land. He wasn't in that land before that. And now here it is, we're 2025. He said, you know what, fuck it, we gonna take the whole land. But he needed a excuse. But this is what he does. He did that over here in America. Why do you think we're here in America? You so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans. Okay? In particular, you so-called blacks. You so-called Negroes, right? Because you were actually forcibly taken from, different parts of West Asia, Africa, okay, so-called Europe, and mainly the West Coast of Africa, South Africa too, okay, or South Africa was a major slave port, okay, and you were taken over here to the Americas, all right. But why don't the so-called North American Indians, why don't they occupy this land? Who took this land? Esau. He covets fields and takes them by. And how did he do it? Did he? They sold it for beads and beaver hide. Nah, bro. You put them to death. You murdered them. And you're doing the same. You're doing the same thing to them Arabs over there, which Jake is mixed in there with them Arabs. So Jake getting jacked up over there too. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Okay, which hell is the grave. the pit, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. It don't matter. He cannot be satisfied. He craves blood like a goddamn vampire. He's a true vampire, and he can't get enough. Like a greedy dog that will just eat till it throw up, and then don't eat the throw up. And is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And it's not. And why does he do that? Why does he heap everybody together? So he can control them. Now he wants to put a chip in them. Look at America. It's a big melting pot. He literally goes around the world, bombs countries, and then he'll set up an immigration, pact with that nation and allow certain of those nations to come over here. Like Elam. He'll have agreements with them to allow Elamites to come over here, whether it's to study, whether it's to live. He'll allow Moab to come over here. He'll give like there's like a raffle system where he allows individuals to come over here. This dude is truly Satan, man. This dude is truly, he's the child of Satan. Okay. Yeah, we're done. We're done with that. I want to go to a comment and we'll just hit with like last two scriptures. Breaking. Netanyahu still plans to do what he's been planning to do the whole time. Occupy Gaza. Yeah, he's been planning to do that. All right. And it's really not his plan. He's being controlled. He's allowed to rule. Okay, this goes all the way to the top. There's hitting masters. It's really, this world is governed by a cryptocracy. Okay, rulers in the shadows. Okay. No one would live next to these monsters. Egypt built up their wall. And your point is, go Israel, may God go with you. So you have a lot of people on here that are pro-Israel, whether they're actual real people or bots. They planned it 76 years ago when they came to Palestine. Like it was before 2025. When Israeli people were forced to move, the Gazaans destroyed everything, including buildings, cemeteries, playgrounds. You're lying, brainwashed. Israel should have never gave up Gaza after the 6-day war. It was never theirs. Should have never given it away in the first place. It was not theirs to give. Free USA from IPAC. Next up, West Bank and Syria. So after they take that over, then they're going to go and occupy that whole region, the Greater Israel Project. Look that up. So now we stop pretending this isn't genocide. So then I hit that. Can we stop pretending that you know what you're talking about? Bot from Iran is wild. LOL crying. Israel is winning. The Lord is going to take these damn devils out, man. He's going to take them out. Very soon. Very soon. Let's go Job 14. His time is running out. Job 14:5. I mean, it's blatant hypocrisy. Blatant. But the Edomite don't give a shit. You know why? Because he got weapons. All right, and you don't have weapons. So whether you like it, believe it or not, whether you feel in your heart that it's wrong, it don't matter. He's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. All right, and you are subject to that. Why? Because he'll just put you to death. That's how the Edomite thinks. Okay? And who's going to bring the Edomite down? Who's going to bring his power down in 1 hour? Yahushai. But before Yahushai comes and destroys this damn devil physically, coming out of the heavens, okay, he's going to plague this man's system. Okay? He's going to, especially America. Because America is the hammer of the whole earth. It talks about that in Jeremiah 50. how was the hammer of the whole earth, cut asunder, basically broke it down. Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So there's a particular time that Esau is allowed to roam free. Okay. A little season. And there's a particular time where he's going to be destroyed. It's all this. Esau's gonna pay for everything. Everything this damn devil was saying, every Edomite is gonna pay. And it don't matter how many Jakes, whether they're Israelites or not, say in their heart that Esau can make it. That don't mean nothing. That's just words. What is the reality? The reality is Esau's going to be destroyed. And this is the type of shit that he's doing. And none of these Jakes that say Esau can be saved, they never bring out the hypocrisies of Esau. They never bring out the sins of Esau. They say, no, we need to let that go. Especially in the past, they said, no, we need to let that go. We need to move forward. But what about the shit that he's doing now? Huh? So the Lord is going to destroy you Jakes that's trying to justify. Well, there's a precept on that. He that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the just, both of them shall be destroyed, or both of them are abomination. Let me find that scripture. It's in Proverbs, I believe. Bear with me. Proverbs 17:15. Proverbs 17:50. He that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the just. They'll say that we're evil. Okay, for condemning the wicked. And we're just talking. We haven't even done anything. We haven't put nobody to death. Esau has. He's murdered hundreds of millions of people. Hundreds of millions. Men, women, and children. We haven't covered any lands and took them by violence. All right, we haven't set up a system in which you can't win. You have to be a complete wicked, evil demon to prosper. We haven't set up where you can't even own your own land. Like, it's actually your land. You don't have to pay taxes to nobody. We don't take any money out of anybody's check. Okay, we haven't bombed any country. How are we the worst thing going? Okay, but that's just the demented mind of the Negro. All right, you Latin tribes too. He that justified, and Esau loves that. He that justified the wicked, and you justify Esau the wicked, and condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. So those that justify the wicked and those that condemn the just, you are abomination to the Heavenly Father, and the Lord's going to destroy you. Okay, so let me finish up in Job 20. Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
And the latest message out of the Trump administration is that they want an all-or-nothing deal. Trump, Witkoff said, now believes that everyone should come home at once, no piecemeal deal. So we will see if there is still room for diplomacy. Americans Against Anti-Semitism founder Dov Hikind, thank you for joining us.
Americans Against Anti-Semitism. Come on, man. So these hypocrites, their time is short, man. The very fact that we're preaching against them is a sign, a testament, all right, a signal that their end is at hand. So I'm going to close it there until next time. Shalom to the elect.